What's up, y'all? I'm a little late. Um, um, One second. I got to text my cousin. One second. All right, yeah. What's up, y'all? We're here on Twitter. We're here on Facebook. We're here on YouTube. Wherever you are joining us from, welcome, 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 welcome. Thank you for joining us. What y'all need to do is do what I'm doing right now, and that's copy a link of the video and go to your stories on Instagram, go to your Twitter page, and share this link to your friends and followers and cool people you love. Because we're about to talk about it right now. It's a lot going on that I want to talk about. I'm not going to be here all day because I have a lot to get done today. Got some rental property business to take care of in about an hour and a half, so I ain't going to be here all day. But what we don't talk about today is checkmate. We see a lot going on right now. Stephen A. Smith apologized to Kyrie Irving. Donald Trump got found guilty, and that was just great. I don't care what side of the political fence you stand on, but seeing old white men get found guilty of shit is just great. I don't care which side of the fence. I want to see them all get found guilty of something, because they all did something. Especially if they're a business person or a politician, you know they done did something. So just to see the look on an old white man who's an asshole like that get found guilty, I thought the whole trial was silly. I think that Trump is still going to probably win the presidency regardless, to show how much of a thug nation this is. But it still got found. It was beautiful to see that look on his face. To Busta Rhymes being accused of being a booty buster Rhymes. Is this true? Is Busta a booty bandit? Security guards coming out telling all the stories these days. What's up with y'all security guards, man? I did security for a little stretch, like between like 07 and 08. From what I knew, we used to shut the F up. You niggas is coming out the bag now, but there have been long-standing stories of Busta being a dookie diddler. And the stories are starting to come out now, and it ain't looking good for Busta. His tour got canceled. His Jamaica hip hop festival thing got canceled. Now it looks as if he's being exposed. Man, I'm telling y'all, this Ada Hearts shit is real. How long have y'all been telling y'all this is Ada Hearts year? Ada Hearts, the year of exposure of all kinds. And Stephen A. Smith has been getting exposed left and right. And Kyrie Irving, he's getting exposed for being down as he always has been. That's what it's coming down to. The year of exposure. Did I not say people that we thought was one way, but they've been cool the whole time? They're going to be exposed for how great they are. Just like people who we thought was cool are going to be exposed for how ain't shit they are. Look, y'all, I done opened up a whole new deck of cards so I can keep this 8 of hearts out. I done told you niggas. Name one nigga on YouTube that was talking like this going back to September of last year about how this year's going to turn out. Name one. Now, a lot of these niggas got on it after Cat Williams said it, but I was 3 months before Cat. Telling y'all, man. That's why you need to go to Breakthrough Cards right now and book your monkey ass appointment. See how your year about to flush out. You want to know what's coming for your year. You want to know the energies, positive and negative. How it may turn out. That's what these readings are for. And that is a very cheap price for you to see the stumbling blocks coming ahead of you. That is not much at all. That's way cheaper than stumbling over them hoes. I tell you that goddamn much. It's way cheaper than stumbling than be like, oh man, I should have got a reading. Book a membership also. For those of you who want more extended long-term service, this is by request. This is by request. A lot of you requested more long-term sessions. So for those of you who requested it, here it is. All right. And then you can also just go to DewanB.com right now. Go to the shop. Hit the GoFundMe. We should be wrapping up filming on the gospel episode this month. Maybe, well, I have one musician that won't be back in town until the first week of July. So I'll probably get my last filming in around the 4th of July. And then we're going to put it together for y'all. But y'all can go to DewanB.com, go to the shop. This is Juneteenth month, yo. This is Juneteenth month. Get your Juneteenth t-shirts. Wear that shit on your chest. Your Juneteenth flag. God damn it. Get your Black American Music Month t-shirts. All that right now at DewanB.com. All right? All right, so let's get into it. I'm over here getting some. Okay. Let me see here. All right, cool. I got some other good news, y'all. I was getting some text messages. Man, I've been getting good news all the fucking time, man. I have a new whole. Well, I'm not gonna announce it yet. I'm not gonna make this announcement. Y'all gonna have to wait for this one. I got like 4 or 5 good ass bits of announcements to tell y'all, but I ain't telling y'all till it's time. I want to tell y'all now, but I ain't telling y'all till it's time. You dig? Life is good. Life is good. You know how life good is? You know how good life is? Now here we go.
He's been good. My God has been. He's been so good.
My God has been motherfucking good. That's right, goddammit.
My God has been. He's been so good.
Nigga, right? That nigga God been working. Shit. All right, let's get into it. Let's get into it. I need a music bed. No. I don't want that. Let's go here. All right, cool. All right, let's get into it. Let's get into it, Lord. Let's get into it. You said your brother just called you made up after 20 years. Hey, that's dope as fuck. Hey, man, that's dope. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of news I want to see right here. That's what I want to see. It's more important that we make up and be on good terms with the people who are blood and closest to us. You know, I understand a lot of y'all, it may be certain things that a family member or somebody may have been done that seems to be unforgivable. Or sometimes you just fall out with people, you don't even know why the fuck you fell out. I like hearing stuff like that. I like hearing stuff like that. Be good. Even if y'all can't talk every day, even if you never gonna be had a kind of relationship with somebody where y'all talk every day, even if y'all relationship is where y'all may only talk on your birthday, wish each other happy birthday on y'all birthdays, maybe check in on the 4th of July, you know what I mean? Christmas. That's what I'm talking about. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. Well, anyway, let's get into it. So who are we gonna start off with first? All right, I'm gonna go left to right. I'm gonna go left to right. We're gonna go left to right with the faces we see on the screen. But we're gonna probably end with Kyrie in the middle. But let's start off with the Trumpster. Let's start off with Trump. Donald Trump yesterday has been found guilty. Can we get an amen? Can we get an amen? Can we get an amen to Donald Trump getting found guilty? He's been found guilty for what? A bunch of bullshit. Donald Trump basically got found guilty for Donald Trump basically got found guilty for covering up being an asshole. Donald Trump got found guilty for doing what probably every politician has done, from local senators, from state senator to city councilman to local mayor, governor, almost probably anybody in politics is done, and that's cover past irreputable, harmful, derogatory, evil doings. 34 counts of doing what every politician, I'm sure, allegedly, if you use your own goddamn brain, has probably done. It's not going to harm his political run. As a matter of fact, it might enhance it. His political run might actually be enhanced, to tell you the truth. This might actually help him. Because what it's going to do is it's going to rally a lot of people who see that this whole thing is probably some bullshit. You know what I mean? While at the same time, it might rally people who are against Trump to actually go out to the polls and vote to make sure a criminal doesn't get in office. But without reading the cards, just my personal opinion, I think it's going to work in Trump's favor. And I'm here for it because I personally I'm an asshole. I don't apologize for being an asshole. So I love seeing people who are afraid of Trump. I like watching y'all shiver. It's pretty fun. Cause I'll be like, yo, these motherfuckers is really think this dude's the boogeyman. People really don't understand that politics is just a fucking play. Everything we see in politics, every move we see being made is a play. What really happens in politics goes on behind closed doors with powerful people who we do not know their names, powerful families that fund governments. Those are the real players. We don't know who the fuck is who. If we're going to tell the truth, we don't know. The only thing we know are these political puppets they put in front of us. So to see you niggas freak out over Donald Trump is something I take special enjoyment in. But let's go into Trump's punk ass cards for the year. Let's go into his punk ass cards. King of Hearts transformation card. I cannot read if he's gonna win the presidency, and I'm not gonna lie to y'all. That read isn't coming to me right now if he's gonna win or not. But I can tell you this. Like, I'll never lie to you guys in a read. I'm trying to read if he's gonna be president. I can't read that right now. It's just not coming to me. But what is coming to me is Trump is in a mentally antagonizing year. But he has a 3 of clubs yearly card. That means he's about to fight. This nigga Trump is about to fight. We think he's fought before. This campaign is about to get brutal. 3 of clubs is a card of mental warfare, so he's about to play mind games with with those people on the other side that he's going against. Trump's about to be one thing I can say is he's about to be very brutal. I can say that. I can see that. He's about to be extremely brutal with his words. That 8 of clubs and Pluto, that's mental fixations. He's going to be fixated on this president. He's going to be fixated. Put it like this. If Trump don't win the presidency, that motherfucker probably going to die. Like, this motherfucker, I don't even mean to say that as a joke. This motherfucker mind, 9 of heart, 9 of clubs environment, that's mental graduation. This motherfucker's obsessed with leadership. Because I can tell because of that Queen of Clubs reward. The Queen of Clubs, Kings and Queens, then he has a King of Hearts transformation card. That motherfucker is obsessed. And he's going to be mentally focused and more brutal than he was in 2016 and 2020. This shit revitalized his ass. I don't know if the motherfucker going to win or not. But I tell you right now, that nigga Trump is about to be obsessed. And he's about to be brutal to anybody in that way. And it's going to get worse. This year's election is going to be... one thing I will read is, this year's election is going to be more brutal than 2016 and 2020. From Trump, on Trump's end. The shit that he said, the shit that this nigga about to say, I'm here for it. This shit about to be funny to the motherfucker. This shit about to be funny. I can't read if he gonna win or not, but I can read this nigga about to fight. That's right. He don't care about leadership. He care about power. Yeah, it's a good chance this thing gets overturned. It's a good chance. Because that's just how power works. They'll want to publicly slap him on the wrist and then be like, hey, we can't do nothing. But the charges are nothing. They really are nothing. He just got found guilty for doing what I think all these hack motherfuckers do. And that's be degenerate human beings their whole life, fuck over people, screw over people, and then when it comes time to become a politician, whether that be a senator, a city councilman, an alderman, or whatever it is, political school board. Hell, niggas probably do this shit to get on the usher board, tell you the goddamn truth. He got found guilty for doing what Brother Clarence did to get on the usher board. Now, Sister Margaret, it'd be best if Greater Ebenezer Abyssinia, Greater Albany Baptist Church don't know that we had relations in the cloakroom behind the choir robes. So Sister Sister Wandell, it's best that how about I go ahead and take you to dinner and then I pay some of your bills for you. So because I'm going for the new leader of the deacon board, and it's best that we not the church not know of our relations of the past, and they pay him off. That's basically what Trump did. Motherfuckers done did less to stay on the usher board. I promise you. But I'm still happy to see he got found guilty at the same time. I'm still happy to see Trump got found guilty. Cause look at his face. Look at how like fucked up he like Trump is like going back to Trump's cards, the three of clubs is the card of mental warfare. So Trump's own mind is fucked up right now. Like in his own head, you know how Trump has that bravado that he plays to us to make him seem like he got it all under control? That's not what's going on in his cards. He got a seven of clubs in his moon. That's the card of lawsuits. That's the card of mental that's one of the cards of depression. He has his peak card as a six clubs. That means he's only going to reach his peak if he compromises. But he doesn't have much compromise in him. So since he doesn't have compromise in him, man, that motherfucker Trump, this is what'll happen. He'll go ahead and win the presidency and then go right back to being bored like he was the first time he was president. When he was president, you know, being the historian that I am, because I do more than music history. I like talking, I just like history, man. And I've always studied the presidents. And Donald Trump is one of the most legislatively lazy presidents we've ever had in American history. Legislatively lazy. He didn't hardly do shit. Trump was like Gerald Ford level lazy. He was Warren G. Harding level lazy. Like Warren G. Harding had a reputation for sleeping. No, not Warren G. Harding, not Warren G. Calvin Coolidge. Calvin Coolidge had a reputation for sleeping 10 to 12 hours a day. They used to call Calvin Coolidge, because he died in office, but they used to call him the sleepy president. And it's evidence that Calvin Coolidge has Negro lineage going through his by way of his mother's father. And you can find that in the book, The Five Negro Presidents by J. Rogers. But there's evidence that Calvin Coolidge has Negro blood. Warren G. Harding too. Both. It's funny, the two presidents with the coolest names had nigga blood. Warren G. Harding and Calvin Coolidge. But Calvin Coolidge used to sleep like a motherfucker in office. Didn't do shit. And Trump was on his level. So he didn't scare me. That motherfucker just tweeted all goddamn day. He wasn't signing no permanent legislation to fuck us up like Biden is. But I'm still happy to see him get found guilty. Because fuck him. On to the next. Busta Rhymes. Busta. Boy. Let me see here. Let me see. Here it is. Oh no. Here we go. Busta. What I'm saying is, all I'm saying is this. Busta Bus takes on a whole new meaning in today's world. Busta Bus is taking on a whole new meaning. Is Busta busting booty? Is this what's happening right now? For those of you who don't know, former security guard claims that Busta Rhymes, and this is just, let me see if I can put up a headline for you guys. A former security guard is claiming that Busta Rhymes liked having dudes with big booties up in his section at the club.
The security guard that used to work for Busta Rhymes is now speaking on
There's some dude named Big Homie CC.
I'm not gonna say all that. They call them fun boys. They say we gotta have some fun boys in the section for Busta.
Hold on,
You know, I bodyguarded for Ghostface Killer before. You feel me? It's Killer before. You feel me? For Busta. Cause you know, I bodyguarded for Ghostface Killer before. You feel me? And
listen to this.
Being around him, you hear things.
Now he is stating
Boys in the section for Busta.
Fun,
you know,
we have fun boys in a section for Busta. I wanted a different audio clip. I didn't want that one. I didn't want that one. Let me find another audio. Here it is. This off Cam Capone News.
Being around him, you have some fun boys in the section for Busta.
Here it is.
We got to bring some, what they call them. I'm not gonna say it.
So go a little faster.
They call them fun boys. They say we gotta have some fun boys in the section for Busta. Cause you know, I bodyguarded for Ghostface Killer before. You feel me? And being around him, you hear things. You feel me? I'm like, damn. And my auntie like the biggest Busta Rhymes fan. You feel me? Like every cookout she playing it. All his little fast rapping, all of that. Him and Craig Mack playing that. Bro, on my soul, I'm out with a group of people. At this time, I was with Don Benjamin. You familiar with him?
No, I never heard of him.
Model dude, like a model guy. He be doing like some rapping and stuff. His name Don. So I'm looking like, well, he ain't come with us.
Let me see here.
Bro, Busta Rhymes wanted him and his set with us.
Here it is.
And the club we ended up going to, Busta Rhymes in there. So it was a little lawyer guy that was with us. And the little lawyer guy we was with, you know, he was a gay dude, super cool, feel me, good guy. Bro, Busta Rhymes wanted him in his section so bad, like, what? Pulled him to the section, like through the rope, and tucked him off in the corner. So I'm looking like, well, he ain't come with us. Well, I know he was in the little group. So if I go out with somebody, like a group of people, I try to make sure everybody get there together and leave together. No, he stayed with them. He stayed in there with them, bro. For sure, bro. You ain't never heard about this before, have you? Bro, that's common knowledge, bro. Like, if you in the mix, bro, like I've been in the mix, you know this, bro.
How long has it been like this known about Busta Rhymes?
Well, I knew about this like in 2012. I knew about this in 2012.
How come you think nobody else speaks up on it?
And it's funny, I'm not going to play the whole interview. Go to Cam Capone News. And earlier I was playing, I wasn't playing that earlier. Later on, I'm going to get the self-talk. Anyway, excuse what I just said. I'm talking to myself. Go to Cam Capone YouTube channel for the rest of that. Man, Ada Hearts bringing everything out. I personally been hearing about cats like Busta Bus, and I'm not gonna mention the other rappers I've been hearing him about because I'm gonna wait for other people to tell. I'm not Dewan Brown, Dewan B. This channel is not the place that break news on people's private information like that. I may comment on it once it's already out there, but I ain't gonna be the one to break it. So I'm not gonna mention some of the booty holes we done heard about Busta Bus busting in. But it's been a rough year for Busta, man. It's been a rough year. Busta Bus, a few years ago came out saying that, black Americans and Americans have no culture, and all of the culture in America comes from Jamaica. He was recently been saying that Jamaicans created hip hop, and so Busta had a worldwide tour that was supposed to be scheduled for this year. That was supposed to start pretty soon. That got canceled because it wasn't selling enough tickets. He ended up getting on the Missy tour, and then last week it was announced there was some kind of Jamaican festival in Jamaica where he's doing some hip hop in Jamaica, and that shit got canceled because wasn't nobody going with it and fucking with it. So it seems like Busta Bus is on the island right now. It's like, ever since he been coming out talking shit about black Americans and hip hop and lying on the culture, he's been kind of out there on alone, out there all alone, and sound like them secrets are coming out there. Busta Bus. That's what I hear now. No, but well, no, that was wrong. Apparently, after you deal with Busta Bus, you don't get your farts sound like apparently, according to this cat named CC on Cam Capone News, according to him, after you deal with Busta Bus, your farts are gonna sound like. See? Eight of Hearts. The shit's coming out. Who are you? Are you who you say you are? Or are you something else? If you are who you say you are, that will be acknowledged this year. If you ain't who you say you are, that's coming out. And it's going to be more too. I think I said Busta Bus. I think I said Busta Bussy. Shit. That motherfucker Busta, that motherfucker's dookie is coming out like shaped like soda cans. This brother Bus, man. Just be honest about. That's the thing. All that hyper masculinity shit that be coming from these down low cats, man. Like the way Puffy was beating on that woman. You see all that booty busting he getting accused of. I don't begrudge anybody for be who you are. I swear to God, it'll minimize the anger, okay? It will minimize the anger. It'll increase the self-love. And if you love yourself, Buster, you're not gonna go around shitting on other people's cultures. That starts off with a lack of self-love and a lack of cultural pride, cultural love. That's why I believe in teaching how I teach and talk about my people, the way I talk about my people, and talk history and bring truth. Because in truth, you get the truth and you get knowledge of self. And through knowledge of self, you get self-confident. And when you get more self-confident, you don't go around trying to assimilate and shit on other people's cultures. And you don't go around doing like Puffy and beating on people because you feel something about yourself. So all you Busta Bus, freaky ass niggas out there, nigga, just tell the world who you are, man. Minimize your anger. Let that anger go, man. Don't be mad for being how you are. Don't be mad, nigga. Be glad. Look, God made you or not, or you made yourself you know, in a way that it's obviously pleasing to you. If you going around getting dudes in security and you want BBL shape ass niggas in your security in your box, box. We're gonna say that literally and figuratively, and literally on multiple levels. If you get like the security guard said, you got a box seat, and all you want is dudes with big booties in your box, nigga, literally and figuratively, and on all levels. Then if that's what makes you happy, then roll with it. It's all kind of dudes out there that's probably down with that. You motherfuckers need to tell the world who you are. Because when you go around acting like you like women, y'all be the main ones abusing those women. Y'all be the main ones mistreating those women. Because you really want to be with your nigga. Stop it. Just tell your girl, I'd rather be with this nigga over here and see if she cool with it or not. Or let her go to a, because there's a lot of niggas out there who are single. Thank God I'm not in these single streets. I thank God I'm married, so I ain't got to deal with this shit. But I get like readings from cats. There be a lot of single ass dudes coming for a reading and shit. Good dudes for the ladies out here. But you ladies is occupied with bus ass niggas. And he mad at you, and you don't know why he mad at you. Because he really want dookie. All right? Let everybody tell the truth and shame the devil. Be who you is. It'll minimize abuse. Angry people abuse people. Hurt people hurt people. Part of minimizing hurt is to tell the truth about who you are. And I support you. I support people telling the truth about who they are. God damn it. Tell the motherfucking truth. Ain't that what Bob Marley said? Tell the truth. I like the way Bob Marley said it. Tell the truth. Chill. He said freak off. Yeah, you freaky ass niggas. Stop being that way. Tell the truth. Shit. Which leads me over to Stephen A. Smith apologizing to Kyrie Irving and Kenny Jet Smith being the one that put Stephen A. Smith in check. I love seeing this. Brothers checking brothers over brothers and about brothers. This is a beautiful story right here. This is a beautiful story. For those of you who don't know, Stephen A. Smith, major buck dancing bastard who's no good for Black America. No good. He spent the better part of the last 4 years personally shitting on Kyrie Irving and Kyrie Irving's career. Going so far as telling Kyrie Irving he should just retire because he didn't want to take the woompty wham boomty bam. We know what? Shot. He didn't want to take that. He didn't want to take the woompty wham. And so the NBA tried to make an example out of Kyrie. And y'all know on this very channel, we followed this the whole time, going back to when he was with the Brooklyn Nets. the NBA, and that owner of the and I still haven't forgotten you, the owner of the Brooklyn Nets. I think his name was Joe Tsai, the Indonesian owner. I think he's Indonesian owner of the Brooklyn. Is Asian of the Brooklyn Nets, suspending Kyrie and giving him, and trying to basically put him in check. And then the whole situation with Kyrie retweeting that DVD, and somehow these dumb niggas flipping that into anti-Semitism. Like, it wasn't that, but Stephen A. Smith was a hound dog, hounding. He was like the Steven from Django. He was really being Master's personal whipping boy on Kyrie Irving, and come to find out, behind the scenes, Kenny the Jet Smith called Stephen A. Smith and told him to relax. So I'm gonna play this little snippet, and I got this off of a Self Talks channel. I'm gonna play this little snippet of Stephen A. Smith apologizing.
We go back decades. I love him to death.
This is him explaining about Kenny Smith.
We go back decades. I love him to death. And we all had conversations religiously about it. But when Kenny Smith called me and said to me, he's from the neighborhood, he's one of us. And, when you talking, I understand where you coming from. I understand how passionate and fervent you feel about this. Stephen A., you got to think about that. And the reason why it's so appropriate that Jay Williams is on this segment is because Jay Williams and I have butted heads in the past. You know when we stopped butting heads, Jay? When Kenny Smith gave me that call. Because I was forced to then think about what you were telling me. And I said, damn, they got a point.
Okay, so it's looking like
So what we see here is this. Stephen A. Smith, that was him talking about why he apologized to Kyrie Irving. And then talked about his past beefs with Jay Williams on air. And what we see is this. What we see here is a network of black men stepping up behind the scenes and putting other black men in check. And I say black men using Stephen A. Smith. I use the term black men loosely with Stephen A. Smith. Because Stephen A. Smith, as we see, this old Jeffrey Osborne looking ass nigga, I can't stand this motherfucker. Look at him. Look at him right here. Oh, whoa, looking ass NBA commentator. I can't stand this motherfucker. Always so quick to shit on another black man. Always so quick to do Master's bidding. Always so quick to shame other black people. Thank God for brothers like Kenny Smith, who understands being on TV as long as he has been, that there's a certain line you have to walk on TV. You can't go on TV and be hella pro-black. You can't go on TV and, be Malcolm X. And Kenny Smith understands that. But he also understands that you also can't go around on being a buck dancer like Stephen A. Smith. There's a certain line. You can be on TV, not raise controversy, say what they want you to say, and still not shit on your brother, man, for the other man. Kenny the Jet Smith understands this. And we see in two situations where Stephen A. Smith, by his own words, admitted to shitting on two black men, both Kyrie Irving and Jay Williams. In both situations, it was Kenny Smith saying, Kenny the Jet Smith saying, hey, look, man, we from the same neighborhood. And you know what he really said? We brothers, nigga, we black, nigga. And I know you ain't gonna go on TV and say that. But,
and, especially in Brooklyn with Mr. Kyrie Irving.
This is some of the stuff that again, this is from Self Talks channel. This is some of the stuff that Stephen A. Smith will say about Kyrie Irving in the past before Kenny the Jet Smith checked him.
And down. I think Kyrie Irving should retire. I think he should announce his retirement today.
There's a lot that happened this year. And, you know, especially in Brooklyn with Mr. Kyrie Irving.
Oh, yeah.
That brother put out a tweet today. We ain't talking about it today because we at the NFL draft. Let me look into the audience and say this. Oh, you thought I had stuff to say before. Wait until first take tomorrow. I'ma save it. I'ma marinate on what this brother had the audacity to put on social.
That's the kind of buck dancing shit he was doing. And then this is Kenny the Jet Smith.
The thought process about him by the mass, as you started off, that we're talking about him. And there's been like a constant change in the thought process about him by the mass media. As a basketball player, you know, we're not talking about his political or social stances and looking at him in a negative view. And I'll say it, I wasn't going to say, but, you know, I've never said it to Kyrie, but I've said it to Stephen A. Because at one time, Stephen A was an advocate about having a battle with this guy. And I had to call Stephen. I'm like, this guy's from our neighborhood. I named like 6 people. And I said, Stephen, those people mentored you. They mentored him. So when you say something about him, you're actually saying it about us. And so he understood, and they kind of fell back.
See, Stephen A. Smith doesn't understand that very principle right there. When you say it about him, you say it about us. Why? Because Stephen A. Smith is, and I hate going here, he is from the Caribbean. He's not all the way from the soil. So in a lot of ways, he doesn't understand that. In a way, and I'm not, and this isn't to throw jabs at people who aren't from the soil. Please don't take it from me saying it that way. But those of us who are from the soil do understand this principle here. We are very connected. Even if you're in a big city like New York or LA. Like here in LA, I'm only one person max 2 removed from anybody I want to touch and get to here in LA. LA is a very small town. LA is an extremely small town. And shit that be going on that like a lot of, again, this Puffy stuff. LA Cat's been knowing about Puffy for 20 years. Cause he's been out here so goddamn long. You know, doing shit out here. A lot of the Will Smith stuff, the whole like, and that's just on a celebrity level. When it comes to a basketball level, I look at like when I used to be around basketball players a lot, it's a very, very, very small circle. It's an extremely small circle. You don't understand. These cats that have NBA potential, by the time they're in the 7th grade, they're identified. 7th, 8th grade, sometimes the latest, they're identified. And once they're identified as an NBA potential or college basketball potential level talent, they go on these AAU teams, and within these AAU teams, everybody is now got a hand on them. Like these NBA players, they be knowing about these cats that are like in their prime now. They be knowing about these cats when they're 12. Go back and look. You have pictures of like Steph Curry taking pictures with like a young Steph Curry taking pictures with Kobe and shit. You know what I mean? They and then like when it comes to the mentorship and the teams, it's a small group of people, a small group of coaches, ball handle coaches, a small group of shooting coaches, a small group of strength and conditioning. And when you come up in that circle, everybody touches you. And it's a for real community. In a couple weeks, the Drew League is going to be starting here in LA. I'll be at the Drew. I'm not telling y'all my location on the goddamn. I don't care. Ain't nobody harmed. I'm Dewan motherfucking Brown. I'll tell y'all where I'm at. We good. I bring love. Y'all give me love when I go out. So I don't mind telling y'all some of my moves. But yeah, on Saturdays or Sundays, I'll be at the Drew League. Y'all see, I take pictures for the Drew League all the time. But for those of you who don't know, the Drew League is a summertime pro-am basketball league out of LA where all the NBA players go and play in. But it's a very, 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 very small world. And it's a very family-oriented type world too, to where if you say something about one, you say something about them all. And Stephen A. Smith had to be reminded of that. Although you're not from our culture, you are within our culture. And when you say something to one, you say it to them all. And when you're from the culture, you realize that. You know that inherently. You know. Like, I be knowing when I be talking shit about NBA players, that shit gets back to me because it's a very small world. Like, yeah, I know what, same thing with music. Shit that I say about different musicians and artists, it gets back to me. People, but with shit that I say, because it is such a small world, even though I don't have a big name, it gets to people anyway. It's just everything, all this shit's a small world. And when you're from the culture, you realize that Stephen A. Smith ain't from the culture. So he has to constantly be reminded by a brother from the culture. Has to be reminded by somebody from the culture. Can't stand Stephen A. Smith ass.
And because as a media person, we have to understand that young men go through young things. Stuff is good. He self-inflicted himself. He got to take some responsibility.
Here
I
comes
think
Charles
he's grown
Barkley.
up. I think he's matured.
He self-inflicted that. He still got to take. You know, Charles Barkley gonna step up for his fellow coon in arms, Stephen A. Smith. You know that. No, it's not named after Larry Drew. The Drew League is named after Dr. Charles Drew because it's that the Drew League takes place at Dr. Charles Drew High School. Let me go to maps. Let me show you. Drew Magnet High School. This is where it's at. Let me see here. For those of you who don't know, Drew Magnet. The Charles Drew, the Drew League takes place here. Okay, I thought I had my map, my web browser up for y'all. The Drew League happens here in South Central LA. If you notice, that's the 105 freeway right here. Let me give y'all a tour of LA. Up here is Watts. You see right there? Nickerson Gardens. This is Watts. This is Killer King Hospital. And if you see over here along the tracks, this is Compton. When you get down to El Segundo and Wilmington, now you in Compton. And this is where Kendrick Lamar's area is from. So in between Compton and Watts is this Charles Drew High School. And whether it be Kobe Bryant when he was alive, LeBron James, Baron Davis, Kevin Durant, they come down here to the hood and play basketball for free on Saturdays and Sundays in what's known as the Drew League in this newly remodeled high school. That's why it's called the Drew League, all right? And so your number one guys from Russell Westbrook to James Harden to all of them, you can see them here on Saturdays and Sundays. Trae Young, Kyrie Irving. Kyrie came last year. Matter of fact, Kyrie came the last couple of years. Kyrie came. You can see them for free. That's why I love LA. But if you're going to come to see them for free, you got to come to the hood. In between Watts and Compton. You dig? That's where you'll find them. Anyway, Stephen A. Smith is being called out, and it's so good. Again, 8 of Hearts, Year of Revelation. We calling out people for being on that bullshit. Stephen A. Smith, it's been a year for Stephen A. Smith so far. It's been a year for him. Matter of fact, because he got called out last week for calling out, remember earlier this year, he got called out for calling out what's his name, Zach Randolph for no reason, and then he got checked last week, and now he's on. If you notice, I know Stephen A. Smith is now talking about Kawhi Leonard is the worst kind of superstar ever. Now he's going at Kawhi. Kawhi is minding his own goddamn business. If you notice, Stephen A. Smith ain't said shit about what's his name? What's that white boy, the 3-time MVP who just lost in the second round? Jokic. He ain't said nothing about the white boy who just, he ain't said nothing about the white boy. You notice that? Who just lost in the second round of the playoffs. So-called MVP. But the walls are closing in on Stephen A. Smith, boy. Matter of fact, let me look at Stephen. I wasn't even going to do this, but let me look into this whole ass nigga's cards. Let's take a look into Stephen A.'s cards. Let's look into Stephen Asshole Smith's cards. 1967. I'm about to go into this. His birthday's October 14th, 1967. Hoe ass nigga. Let me screenshot his year. Let me put up Stephen A. Smith's year because this motherfucker's been getting called out left and right. I know it's Ada Hart's year, but I also want to see his personal year. I also want to see his personal year. Yearly card. He's an 8 of clubs. He has a Pluto 9 of spades. Let's see why he's being so mean to my main man, Willie Green. Let's see here. What's going on? What's going on in this hoe ass nigga's cards for the year? These are Stephen A's hoe cards, all right? He's an 8 of clubs. I can see off top. He has a Mercury 3 of diamonds. That means this is the year of him dealing with a lot of pesky issues. I can see off here. Oh, and his reward. This is why Stephen A. Smith's year is all fucked up. Look at here. Y'all see where his reward card, 8 of hearts? See, we're in the 8 of hearts year. And in his personal year, in his personal card spread for the year, his reward card is 8 of hearts. And what's the 8 of hearts? Revelation, exposure. So if the motherfucker, basically what I'm saying is this: Stephen A. Smith, if you've been doing right, if you have been a journalist with integrity, if you had been a journalist that had been doing right by people, if you weren't lying all the goddamn time talking about these lying ass sources, you'd actually be having a pretty good goddamn year. This would actually be a good year for Stephen A. Smith. Just say he had been so, because remember he got called up by Isaiah Thomas last week, and it was like, reveal your sources. Had this whole ass nigga been reporting with integrity, this would be a year that people will be like, man, you know what? Stephen A. Smith, he was 100 with me. There was a time that he could have ran a story that he didn't run. That would be the story of Stephen A. Smith this year, had that been his life path. Had he been living his life path of reporting with integrity, those stories will be abundant right now. But he's been a scamming little weird ass Jeffrey Osborne looking turtle looking ass nigga, looking like the turtles from Super Mario Brothers. Since he's been looking like a fire turtle from Super Mario Brothers, he's been getting stomped on like a fire turtle from Super Mario Brothers. That's what's been going on. That's what's been going on. That motherfucker, since he's been a straight up dipshit, and been going around lying on people, that's being exposed. Year of exposure is real, folks. Tell me those ain't the same thing. Tell me those ain't the same thing. That nigga pointy ass nose. Over here, you been exposed, boy, because you in the 8 of hearts year. And your Pluto's a 9 of spades. Ooh, that means a graduation spiritually. You're in line for a spiritual graduation. And a 9 of hearts transformation. That means in your yearly spread, Stephen A. Smith, you're in line for an emotional graduation and a spiritual graduation. And graduation means a lot of tests. So Stephen A. Smith actually has an out. His out is going to be if he learns from what he's going through. The way he's been getting checked left and right, if Stephen A. Smith learns his lesson and moves and he changes his ways moving forward, he actually can continue being a journalist. But if he continues on this route of defaming people and thinking he's gonna get away with that, he's gonna lynch himself. He's tying the noose around his neck. If he's gonna continue with what got him here, that's what those 9s mean. Are you learning the lessons? Because right now, he's getting called out a lot by the public. And anytime you're getting called out a lot, anytime you're going through this much public shaming, see that 10 of hearts, that's a card of public. That's a supplement. That means whatever he has to go through is going to be in the public. King of Clubs peak. That King of Clubs peak means he's going to have to deal with what he's been putting out. But he still has an option to graduate. If he changes how he moves, he might be able to have a long career in journalism. But if that nigga keeps moving the way he's moving right now, he's going to lynch himself and he's going to run out of rope. And it's going to be off with his head, and ESPN is going to find a new nigga. So Stephen A. Smith, either learn how to adapt what you're doing with these changing times. You can't keep doing that 90s, 2000s bullshit ass journalism you've been doing. You keep doing that, it's off with your head. The athletes ain't gonna take it, and these internet sleuths on the internet, people like Self Talk TV, people like Kwame Brown, they on your ass. You got these other podcasts out now. They don't even need to listen to you no more, Stephen A. Smith. Kenyon Martin got a podcast. Rasheed Wallace, Gil's Arena, the NBA. You got current players, Draymond Green. You got LeBron James. They don't need to listen to you no more, Stephen A. Smith. That's what I'm saying. Current players and former players alike got their own voice, got their own reporting. They don't need to tell you shit. They can tweet whatever they want to get out. They don't need you. So if Stephen A. Smith keeps doing that same yellow journalism he's been doing, that nigga's career is done. I'm saying now, this one thing I can predict. If Stephen A. Smith continues the yellow journalism, his career as we know it is over. He's only going to be able to move forward by having integrity in what he does. And if he doesn't, appreciate the Cash App, Williams. Oh yeah, hit the Cash App. My man Williams be donating to me weekly, man. I don't know who you are, brother, but I appreciate you. The weekly Cash Apps. Bro, man, just hit me up. Much appreciated. And you can hit me up too, $ Dewan Brown. But yeah, Stephen A. Smith, can you woo head ass nigga? It's over for your bullshit ass yellow journalism. People are tired of your shit. People are tired of your shit. Just like your forehead is tired of your hairline. It's all about to be over with real soon. It's all about to be over with real soon. That motherfucking hairline looking like the shoreline at low tide. Cut it off. If you don't get your Pismo Beach hairline having ass out of here, nigga. If you don't get your goddamn Oceanside renewed hairline, revitalized Laguna Beach hairline having ass out of here, nigga. This is Stephen A. This is what he gonna need. That old sand replenishment project in Oceanside. This been going on in Oceanside, in Solano Beach. This is I'm gonna give y'all this has been going on in the news here in Southern California. This is what they're gonna have to do with Stephen A. Smith and the hairline.
Replenishment project at Solana Beach is wrapping up. Tonight, CBS 8's Jasmine Ramirez shows us the major improvements at Solana Beach and where efforts have shifted.
This project to replace the sand at Solana Beach is more than 20 years in the making. And tonight we came down to Fletcher Cove to check it out for ourselves. Here's a bird's eye view of Solana Beach. Tonight we saw equipment and crews finishing up the project.
It looks like they're working hard to rebuild this beach, which is great.
Storms and coastal erosion had pulled away the sand and narrowed the coastline. Residents say this project is a dramatic improvement.
Lifeguards, emergency things, all those sorts of things, you can't let the land erode all the way back up. So they began this engineering project, pretty complex, but it is good to see the initiative of preserving this.
It took a lot of sand to make this possible. The city manager says 700,000 cubic yards of sand was placed along a 7,000-foot stretch of Solana Beach. The sand was sourced from an area offshore of the San Dieguito River.
In other words, they brought sand and they restored the coastline down there in outside of San Diego, and that's what they're gonna have to do pretty soon with Stephen A. Smith's hairline, or he's gonna have to let that shit go. Old Laguna Beach hairline having ass nigga, which takes me lastly to Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving, year of 8 of Hearts, year of revelation. He been getting pestered. Kyrie Irving had been getting plundered. He'd been getting all kinds of shitted on by the media over the last 4 years because he wanted to stand on his own. He wanted to follow his own path. This is a lesson to everybody out there. This is a lesson to everybody out there. Stand on your own 2 feet. He got beat up. He got suspended. He got ridiculed. He got fined, lost a lot of money. People called him anything and everything short of a child of God. And with that being said, those same people who were saying those things to him, those same people who were saying those things to him are now apologizing, are now having to eat their words. And that's a beautiful thing. That's what comes when you stand in integrity. That's what happens when you stand in your own. That's what happens. It might be lonely for a little bit. It might be murky and dark waters for a while, but at some point, it's gonna have to come out. And look at Kyrie's card. Kyrie's card is a king of clubs. Salute, my brother. And look at his yearly spread. 10 of spades. The 10 of spades is a card of success after hard work. The 10 of spades means whatever, if that's your yearly card, that means If the 10 of spades is your displacement card, that means you're in for a year of hard work. If it's your yearly card, that means the hard work you've been putting off, you've been not putting off, that you've been putting on and doing, you're going to be rewarded for it. But at the same time, if you have a 10 of spades yearly card and you know it's shit you should have been doing and you hadn't been doing it, you're about to have a horrible ass year. But if you've been putting in work and being consistent as a king of clubs, your life path as a king of clubs is to be a man of principle. King of clubs, people, if you don't stand on your principle, if you're a king, if your card is a king of clubs and you allow others to sway you off your path, you're going to live a pretty fucked up life. Some cards are more immutable where they can sort of follow along. Not the king of clubs. That card is only blessed when it defines its own path, when it stands 10 toes down in its own way. It's the only way a king of clubs is going to be happy. And when you get to, so this is a reward year for him. And he's displacing a 10 of clubs. That tells me Kyrie might be in some kind of creative project this year. I don't know what's going on, but don't be surprised if Kyrie releases, like, announces some kind of biography or movie or TV show or something. 10 of clubs displacing sometime between now and next birthday. Don't be surprised if Kyrie Irving has some kind of creative project that comes out. Yeah, 9 of clubs, 9 of diamonds environment. That means his environment, he's shedding a lot of people in his environment that don't mean no good to him. They're being exposed. That's probably why Stephen A. Smith had to apologize too. That 9 of diamonds environment is going to expose anybody and everybody around you. So if you come to me for a reading and you have a 9 of diamonds in your environment card, my first thing I'm going to say is check your friends. Because those who aren't around and aren't good for you, they're going to do something right in front of you to show you that. So, yeah. So, yeah, Kyrie. Yeah, Kyrie. Oh, Kyrie did mic check? Michi God on Twitter says, Kyrie, I didn't know Kyrie Irving was the executive producer on Mic Check. That's dope. I did not know that. I did not know that. Wow, okay. Hell yeah. Mike, and go check out Mic Check, man. Tariq did a great job with that, boy. I gotta say, man, Tariq put his foot in that shit, boy. The level of research that Tariq Nasheed put into microphone check is extremely comprehensive. And it's like it refutes any and all anybody got to say about the birth and creation of hip hop. No, I did not know Kyrie was on microphone check. That is dope. That's dope as fuck. That's dope as fuck. Yeah, man. But this is a Find Your Tribe season. And Kyrie talked about that before. Back in 2022, he was saying that. And then if you listen to the news, if you listen to ESPN and these guys, when I listen to the pregame show, they're trying to make it seem as if Kyrie changed. Kyrie didn't change. You guys changed. And you guys molded to Kyrie. Kyrie didn't change. That motherfucker still wear Air moccasins. Y'all see Kyrie's kicks? Y'all see his kicks? This nigga Kyrie is out here wearing some Air, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya. Look at these. This nigga got some Air Tontos. Kyrie ain't changed. Kyrie still motherfucking Kyrie. This nigga is in some Air Cherokees. This nigga is rolling around in some Nike Max. This nigga walk around in some goddamn Nike Max Redskins. This motherfucker's shoes. Look at him. He ain't changed shit. And these shoes is dope, by the way. Kyrie, how do I get these shoes? Let me see. Is that an Ankh? Let me see. I never seen these out close. Is that an Ankh? That he has right there? Is that an Ankh? What are those symbols? I can't see here from this picture. But hell yeah, this motherfucker Kyrie got these. Nigga, he ain't changed shit. You niggas changed. This motherfucker got some John Horse 11s, nigga. This nigga Kyrie Irving. This nigga got some Hiawatha 6s. This motherfucker got some Air Tonto 9s, nigga. This nigga Kyrie Irving is walking around in the Chief Red Feather 7s. And I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Y'all know, check this channel out. I've been, ever since Kyrie made his initial stats in 2020 over the Wumpty Wamps, I've got videos going back to 2020 showing my support for Kyrie the whole way. And I told y'all, even when I wasn't reading the cards, I told you niggas 3 years ago that Kyrie Irving was gonna come out on top. Did I not? Let me see if I can even find some of those videos so I can tag you monkey ass niggas in that one. Let me see here. Oh yeah, here's some. Let me go browse and shit. This is look at it. This is how long I've been supporting Kyrie's cause. When I called out, this is one of the colder thumbnails I made. When Shannon Sharp and Shaq and Adam Silver thought that they was gonna lynch Kyrie, we was like, nah, my brother, we about to support. Remember when Kyrie donated to Shaquilla Robinson's family? Kyrie versus the puppets. This is all my channel. This go back and put Dewan B and Kyrie. And listen to me tell you niggas 2 years ago that he was gonna win. The scared versus the fearless. Kyrie Irving. So yeah. Go back and check some of those old shows out. And buy some of Kyrie's Air dun 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 up on it, up on it, up on it. Dun 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 dun. Apache, jump on it. Hell yeah, I buy some of these hoes. Hell yeah, I buy these. I buy these now, nigga. Yes. But I got some property management business to do, so I can't take calls to do nothing with y'all right now. I was gonna do some readings, but I can't do that. And I got a reading. Oh shit, I got a reading in a couple hours, so I gotta go take care of some business at one of my apartment buildings, and then I'll be back to holler at y'all. But oh, forgot to announce tonight we're gonna do a dedication to Frankie Beverly and Maze tonight. We are going to do an incense and ashtrays. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do it at. Is it a game tonight? No, it's no games tonight. Are there any NBA games tonight? No, there are no finals games tonight. No, okay. Well, the NBA finals are what, on Sunday? Oh no, they start Thursday, June 6th. Oh no, we ain't got no finals game tonight. So yeah. We're gonna do incense and ashtrays tonight, and we're going to dedicate that to Frankie Beverly and Maze. We're going to go through the lives and times of Frankie Beverly, and we're going to play the music of Frankie Beverly and Maze tonight on Incense and Ashtrays. Join my crew on Mixcloud. I'm going to be playing it on Twitter. But join my family, the Mixcloud family. Mixcloud.com/DejuanB. Larry said, make sure you're wearing all white. Hey, I might actually put on a white shirt for tonight's Incense and Ashtrays. It's gonna be sometime. I think I'm gonna do my readings at 4. So I'm gonna do it at about. Look for me to start sometime between probably about 7 p.m. Pacific time. I haven't quite, because I have other shit to do. So it's either going to be between 6 and 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time is going to be the start time tonight. We're going to do our show, a live music show dedicated to Frankie Beverly and Maze. We're going to talk Frankie Beverly and Maze, and we're going to play the music exclusively of Frankie Beverly and Maze tonight. All right? Thank y'all for listening, and I want y'all to remember, there are no perfect messengers, only perfect messages for those willing to pick up the game. My name is Dejuan. I'm out.